Zodiac signs and how they handle trust. Check timestamps for your sign. Aries. Trust comes fast on the surface, but deeper trust takes proof. They may open the door quickly, speak honestly, and give people a chance, yet that does not mean they feel fully safe right away. What makes them trust is directness, consistency, and the feeling that nobody is playing games with them. Mixed signals or emotional hesitation make them pull back faster than people expect. Once trust feels real, they become more open, more protective, and less guarded with their softer feelings. They do not need perfection. They need truth that feels strong enough to stand on. Taurus. Trust for them is built slowly and through repeated proof. They do not relax just because someone says the right things. They watch patterns, energy, and whether actions stay steady over time. What makes them feel safe is consistency, emotional calm, and the sense that the connection is not going to shift without warning. Instability, pressure, or broken promises make them close off quickly and hold back even more. Once trust is earned, they become deeply loyal, steady, and emotionally reliable in a way that feels grounding. Their trust is slow, but when it becomes real, it is meant to last. Gemini. They can seem easy to connect with, but real trust takes more than conversation. They may open up mentally very quickly, joke easily, and make people feel close before they have actually decided the person is safe emotionally. What makes them trust is honesty, mental clarity, and the feeling that communication stays open instead of confusing. Mixed messages, emotional games, and people who say one thing while doing another make them pull back fast. Once trust is real, they become more consistent, more honest about feelings, and less slippery with vulnerability. Their trust starts in the mind before it ever settles into the heart. Cancer. Trust for them is deeply emotional and tied to safety more than logic. They may be warm early on, but that does not mean full trust has happened yet. What makes them feel safe is softness, reassurance, care, and the feeling that their emotions will not be dismissed or mishandled. Coldness, inconsistency, or feeling taken for granted makes them retreat quickly, even if they do not explain it right away. Once trust is earned, they open their real heart, become more nurturing, and let someone into the parts of them they usually protect. They trust where they feel emotionally held, not just liked. Leo. They may look confident, but trust for them is closely tied to feeling valued and emotionally respected. They can be open, warm, and expressive early, yet real trust grows only when they feel the connection is sincere and not just flattering on the surface. What makes them feel safe is loyalty, clear effort, and the sense that their heart is being taken seriously. Dismissiveness, disloyal energy, or emotional inconsistency makes them harden faster than people expect. Once trust feels real, they become deeply generous, protective, and far more tender than they first appear. They trust where appreciation feels real, not performative. Virgo. Trust for them is careful, observant, and built in small pieces. They may not say much at first, but they are paying attention to everything, especially whether someone is reliable when it matters. What makes them feel safe is consistency, honesty, emotional maturity, and actions that match words without being pushed. Carelessness, vagueness, and repeated disappointment make them become even more cautious and controlled. Once trust is earned, they soften, open up more naturally, and start showing care in very steady ways. Their trust is not built through charm alone. It grows through proof they can actually depend on. Libra. They often seem open, but real trust takes more balance than people realize. They can be kind, warm, and easy to talk to early on, yet emotional safety only grows when the connection feels mutual and clean. What makes them trust is honesty, fairness, emotional effort, and the sense that they will not be left carrying all the weight alone. Tension, one-sided energy, or people who avoid accountability make them quietly pull back. Once trust is real, they become more vulnerable, more affectionate, and far more emotionally honest than they first appear. They trust where peace feels genuine, not forced. Scorpio. Trust for them is never casual, even when the connection feels intense from the beginning. They may reveal depth in small ways, but full trust happens slowly, and only after they feel sure the loyalty is real. What makes them feel safe is honesty, consistency, privacy, and the sense that their vulnerability will not be used against them later. Betrayal, secrecy, or emotional half-truths make them close off almost immediately. Once trust is earned, they become fiercely loyal, deeply protective, and much more emotionally open than most people ever get to see. Their trust is heavy because it carries their whole heart with it. Sagittarius. Trust for them grows best where there is honesty without pressure. They may seem open quickly because they are direct and friendly, but true trust only settles in when they feel they can breathe inside the connection. What makes them feel safe is truth, freedom, emotional directness, and the sense that closeness will not become control. Neediness, manipulation, or emotional games make them pull away before trust can deepen. Once trust is real, they become more consistent, more open about what they feel, and more willing to stay through difficult moments. They trust where truth and freedom can exist together. Capricorn. They do not hand trust over quickly, even if they seem calm and composed. They usually test safety through time, consistency, and whether someone can be trusted with their softer side without mishandling it. What makes them feel safe is reliability, emotional steadiness, respect, and actions that prove seriousness without demanding vulnerability. Broken promises, careless words, or emotional inconsistency make them become even more guarded. Once trust is earned, they open slowly but solidly, becoming loyal, dependable, and quietly affectionate. Their trust does not come through charm. It comes through proof and steadiness over time. Aquarius. They may seem detached, but trust for them is really about feeling understood without being controlled. They often trust mentally before emotionally, which is why they can connect easily in conversation while still keeping their deeper feelings protected. What makes them feel safe is honesty, space, acceptance, and the sense that they can be fully themselves without pressure. Emotional force, possessiveness, or people who demand too much too soon make them step back immediately. Once trust becomes real, they become more revealing, more consistent, and much more emotionally present than they first seem. They trust where freedom and understanding can live together. Pisces. Trust for them can begin softly, but deep trust still needs emotional safety. They may open their heart faster than some signs because they naturally feel people deeply, yet that openness does not always mean they feel fully secure. What makes them trust is gentleness, reassurance, sincerity, and the sense that their softness will be handled with care. Harshness, emotional confusion, or people who make them doubt what is real cause them to retreat quickly. Once trust is earned, they become more emotionally transparent, more devoted, and much less afraid to show their full heart. They trust where tenderness feels safe enough to stay. Thank you for watching the video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.